which you won't get an ATM for it, and do not go to mobile banking. Do not do an internet option for this account. It becomes like an account. When you put your money there, forget about it.
Yes.
Let it stay there.
Yes.
But my question is, why should you put that money there? Yet you can put it in a money market and it earns an interest instead of sitting in the bank.
Yeah.
However, also the banking institutions, they have also investment opportunities, but the interests are normally lower than the money market interests.
Okay, all right. I hope you guys are taking notes because we might not be able to cover each of these in detail, but it's a good point to go and start research on your own, right? So I am aware that there are some of you who would like to ask their questions verbally. So I would prefer that you get your mic ready and your question ready. And then after this next question is answered, I'll give you a chance. So I have a question here from somebody who is asking, what is the right system that the church should employ in order to engage in business without compromising? Now, I don't know whether they mean the church as a corporate or I do not really know what they mean, but maybe we can start there, the church as a corporate.
Yeah. I would say the most workable channel for a church, if they would want to get into investment, would be to form a limited company within the church. You can have a limited company probably co-owned by the members of the church or co-owned by the leadership of the church. Then the church can use this vehicle to transact. Because when you start getting into business, other factors come into play. The taxation issue comes in. KRA issues come in, all those things come in. So clearly you don't want to get involved in trading as a church per se. In another hand, you're also having issues with taxation. But when you register a different company within the church umbrella, this gives you some sort of autonomy because this is a different entity, but it's owned by the church. Most churches have done that. Just to give you an example, like in Life Church, we've got a company called Uzima Investment Limited. The pastors are directors into it. Some of the leaders are directors into it. And when we want to transact, like we want to buy property, we buy property in the name of this investment company, not the church. Church books or anything. So this is a separate thing from the church.
All right. Thank you.
I think I forgot also about the SACCO as another saving opportunity. SACCOs are good. So I think especially if you've got a challenge with getting your money out when your salary comes in to go save, a SACCO is a very ideal way because your money will be deducted at the point of paying you the salary. But again, if your SACCO is not within your organization, then you have to develop the discipline to be deducting that money from your salary and deposit in the SACCO.
Thank you. So are we ready with the questions? Okay, you can stand up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Dennis Wahinya. I think we can relate in some few things. That's why I chose maybe to ask physically, because I've as well done I've done an engineering course, and currently I'm doing I'm a sales engineer, selling generators, slightly different from maybe the doors, but maybe somewhere kwa hizo manyumba zenyu unaweza patana na I sell Cummins generators. So I would my first question, I have 3 questions I would like to ask. One is, how do you balance between, I know as an MD you usually have monthly targets, so you'll find that maybe you are given like your monthly target, you're supposed to achieve this and this, and not all months are usually good months. So there are months you find that they are kind of tricky. So, but hata ikikuwa tricky, you realize you're still expected to meet those targets. That is one. Secondly, kickbacks. as an MD, I know you have sat in meetings, maybe tenders, where you find that the tender is very, very, very good. And the margins are very good. But now, you being a born-again person, kuna mtu anakuja na kuambia, hii kitu neza kupea kama utanipea kitu fulani hivi na hivi. So, that is now a challenge you are facing, because currently, the company I work at, I work at Sky in General. So, means Sky in General. Integrity is a key issue. So you'll find that maybe, they better lose a deal rather than upper integrity issues. So now here comes another contractor anakuambia, I want my percentage in this whole thing. Definitely I cannot bring you maybe more than $1 million to your company and I'm not getting anything. Yeah. So I wanted to know, now I know you interact, your basis when you are doing your leadership is on a Christian level. So I'd like to get your perspective on that. Thirdly, there's something you said concerning riches and wealth. Rich people usually fear to lose money. Yes, yeah. But wealthy people, you said it's usually a function of who they are. But I've interacted with, so I'd like to know, where do you draw in the line between that way being afraid of losing money? Because I've been privileged maybe to interact with, let me say, one person who was quite wealthy, and you realize sometimes, I don't know if they know, I think they know losing that money is very much easy for them. Because wanajuanga, suppose kikiumana hapa na pale, si anajua hiyo pesa inapotea at any time. So I'd like to know your view on where do you draw in the line between how to balance the fear of losing money versus the peace that God gives you when you have this money. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, have you gotten all the questions?
Yeah, I think okay. I can. Where, which the one I forget, you remind me.
Okay.
I think the first one is on sales, yeah? Mm-hmm. On the sales targets, yes. Yeah, it's true. I mean, a sales environment, I've been there for a number of years now. Targets are there because sales is measured by targets at the end of the day. So in my organization, what we do is we forecast. We come up with, we normally come up with a budget for the year. This is our sales budget for the year. Like, for example, let's say we are supposed to do a target of 1 billion for the year 2022. Then this 1 billion, you divide it into 12 months, right? But you discover some months may not be the same. There are some months that are shorter. There's some months that are through experience, through the past experience, there could be difficult business-wise. Like, for example, people say January is a difficult month. Like, for example, now this year we are getting into elections in August. So definitely August might be quite a tough month for most of the businesses. It's not a confession, but we are just judging from the past experience. So what we do, we keep on forecasting. So if you take, for example, 12 billion and divide by 1 billion divided by 12, let's say, for example, you're supposed to do 100 million per month, but you discover you may not sustain that straight line of 100 million per month. So you stagger them. You look at the months and say, January, I'm supposed to do 1 million, 100 million. However, due to prevailing conditions, we'll do 80 million. So you do a forecast of 80 million. But remember, you've got 20 million, you have to find where to take it before the year is over. So you can go to February and say, February is a very good month for us. So instead of doing 100, we'll do 110. Like that. March might be even better than February. So we can do 120. Then come down to April. April could be difficult. We do 70 million, like that. So in my organization, we do not really measure people on monthly basis. We measure them on mostly the measure would be quarterly, but also there are other KPIs that we measure, not just the sales. Of course, sales is the priority. However, there are other KPIs like, for example, you say you're a sales engineer, so you could be selling to projects, right? So a project, you might go and pitch for somebody putting up a 60-story building in Nairobi, but they have started excavation. So you pitch and probably you are awarded the job, but that job may not come in 5 years. That building will be up after 5 years. So the fact that you've got that order now, we calculate that as a sale. Money has not come in, but it's still a sale. We look at something we call the pipeline. Your pipeline, how many projects do you have on the pipeline? What are the probabilities? Is one that is maturing next month is 90% probability. This one may mature next year. So there are other KPIs to measure somebody's performance besides sales, right? The second question was about kickbacks. Yes, I think that's a reality. This is a reality. We don't want to lie to you that we are living in heaven. We're in Kenya, and that's unfortunately is a very, very open reality that people, when they get into deals, it is always like, what is there for me? We encounter such quite often. However, how we manage to navigate through that, we've got a code of ethics as an organization. Being an European organization, there's a lot of ethics that guide us. So what we do is when you get to a project like that, and you can discern or you can sense this contractor or this client, the way he is coming, is likely to, that the guys will tell you, what is your quote? It's 10 million. Okay. Ongeza 3 million. And especially serikali, add 3 million. Ukipatiwa LPO like this, I want my 3 million in cash. So one of the things that has helped us to overcome that handle is we introduce who we are before it is too late. Yeah? We make them understand how we transact before it is too late. You don't want people to know you when you are at the last negotiation stage. We clear ourselves. We get them to know from the day one, should you be thinking of a kickback or like putting your money in, then we pay you back. This is how we do it. We've got some 2 ways of doing it. There's one way is a no, we can't do it. There is a second way that we do it, but we've got to get approval from our head office in South Africa. There's a one way that a contractor can come and say, I fought for you to get this job, but the client wants to buy from you directly, but I want to put my margin in. So you tell him now, if you are putting your margin in, then it cannot just be open margin like that. Let's put also installation into the supply. So it becomes a supply and installation contract. Then we pay you for your installation plus your margins. You pay him officially with an invoice, with the ETR and everything. It's clean business. If you are asking for 2 million, yes, we'll put 2 million on top, but you'll also do installation for us and we'll pay you for the installation. So that's how we do it. Definitely there are some jobs we walk away from because you do not want to get mangled into it. You see the deal, the way it is going, it is a very nice one, but you don't want to get mangled into all that confusion. You walk away from it. You let your competitors take it. Alternatively is, if you find a deal is taking another direction, you loop in your distributor. I don't know that your place you're working with the distributors, but you loop in a distributor and tell him there is this project somewhere. You go and negotiate. We'll sell to you. You sell to those guys. If they want to do dirty deals with them, it is up to them. But as we sell to you as our distributor on a clean slate. What was the other one?
The other one was about balancing. He was saying that rich people are afraid of losing money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rich people are afraid of losing money. The wealthy people is an expression of who they are. When I talked about afraid of losing money, what I meant was the attachment to the money that most rich people would have. That attachment to the money until it becomes like a god, like you're worshipping that money. that very emotive attachment to the money is what does not exist in the rich people, because in the wealthy people, sorry, because the wealthy people, their objective is, what difference am I causing? What value am I adding? Am I touching a life somewhere? So really, money is a means to achieving something. It's not like this is my alpha and the omega. But I think if you hear you clearly, probably you're talking about taking risks. Yeah, a rich guy, you want to take a risk, get into a business opportunity. He might win, he might lose it. Even wealthy people, definitely they take such calculated risks. But the bottom line is, what is the attitude towards the whole aspect of money? What is the attitude? Is money like my everything, or is money just if I'm doing an investment somewhere, doing some property, some apartment somewhere, am I like dying and my soul is sold to this investment, or I can still do that and still come and lift my hands and worship the Lord?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like the fact that you've mentioned investment somewhere in there. It's like you read my next question, because somebody is wondering, you keep saying savings and now you're saying investment. So what is the difference?
Okay. Right. Yeah. Savings. Yes. Savings, we said, is you're putting something aside. You're not consuming it, right? Mm-hmm. You're saying, I've got 100,000. I'll be putting aside every month. I'm putting 20,000 for my saving. We talked about 20%, right?
Yes.
So I'll be putting aside 20%. Now that is a saving, or I'm putting aside 10% of my income into the SACCO system. Now that is what we are calling a saving, the element of putting it aside. Now, this money you put aside now, if you decide to put it in a system where it can generate some income, then that becomes an investment. An investment. As an investment, normally the objective is to earn interest, to earn some profit on it. And that investment could be, the soft investments are what I mentioned, the money market, the circles and all those things. But the hard investments, like you buy property, yeah? Plot inauzwa, pare Kamuru Joska, 400,000. I'm not, I'm not building there, but I have some 400,000 sitting somewhere, or I can approach the circle. They give me a loan of 400,000. I buy that property, that plot.
Yeah.
I sell it after 5 years, 6 years. That's an investment.
Okay.
So you put money there, the property is appreciated, you bought it at 400,000, you probably will sell it at 2 million by the end of the 5th year. That's an investment.
Right.
But this one has got to start from the saving culture. It doesn't matter how an astute investor you are. If you don't have the culture of saving, you can invest, make 1,000% profit and eat it within a day.
Yeah.
So the saving culture is like the primary, is like what I'd call the backbone of all the investment opportunities or the investment systems.
Okay. And still on that savings question, when you ask many people about, the percentage you should set aside, there are so many. The people will tell you 30, the people will tell you 10, the people will tell you 20. So how really do you determine what to put aside?
You look at your budget. Now, a budget is, you said, is your income and expenditure. So when you're trying your budget, there's something I mentioned when I'm talking about the budget, is you name your monies. Name your money.
Okay.
If you've got 10,000 in your pocket and it has no name, it will disappear. Money has wings. But if I've got 10,000 in my pocket and I know this is my deposit to the SACCO, I've already given it a name, SACCO. So you might come and borrow me, nisaidie na 1,000. Nikwambia sina, but niko na 10,000 in my wallet. Probably along the way uone, you said you can't give me 1,000, I can see some 10,000 in your wallet, man. Are we going to heaven together? I will tell you, this 10,000 is not mine. It's already named. Yes, it's called SACCO. It's not called money for
Money.
benevolent or money for
Yes.
giving out. It's called
Yes.
circle. So name your money.
Okay.
How do you name your money? You start by the income. You name, there's a category you name tithe. There's a category you name saving. There's a category you name all the other expenses. Now, what happens is we are discussing this in the office shortly with Pastor Kim, and really is a decision that you have to make on the percentage you need to save.
Yeah.
You will discover some of the expenses you're calling expenses, really, they are not necessary. They are luxury. They are not. It's not a necessity.
Yeah.
It's not a need. Really, it's a want.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one thing that our pastor teaches us. He tells us, and it has worked. I practiced, and it worked so well for us. He says, like for example, when you are walking in town and you find something so nice and you want to buy it, it's a dress. Hey, the thing is screaming to you and nakwambia, come baby, come. You tell yourself, I'll buy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See a very nice shoe on the street, you say, but I'll buy tomorrow. Let me not buy today. When tomorrow comes, you'll have forgotten about it.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways you can train yourself to delay the gratification.
Okay.
So if you look at your expenses and analyze them properly, you'll be shocked how much money you're wasting. How much money you waste just for nothing. Buying stuff. But when we were single, there's a brother we were staying with, and I used to love this thing called offers in the supermarket. I was excited. He had like an anointing to buy stuff on offer. So he would walk into a supermarket. If he finds a soap, like Omo, then they have bundled it with another small soap, he will buy it, whether we have another soap in the house or not. Is this a Kimbo? Is bundled with a small bluebird, lazima anunue. Because he's excited about the offer.
Yeah.
You ask him, he say, I want to take advantage of the offer. So you might find yourself spending a lot of money on stuff that you do not need. Another lady staying with my wife then, before we got married, they were staying in the same house. For her, her specialty was in the clothes. They were working in town and they were staying at Ngara. So after work, they would walk. There's a way you walk from town down Kirinyaga Road. Then unatokea Ngara, there's a place wanauzanga manguo sana hapo. That lady alikuwa ananunua manguo. And then she can't leave it. She goes picking. Akifika kwa nyumba, she discovers she won't even be able to wear them. They look different when you get to the house. But when they are hanged hapo, they are super. Get to the house. You will discover even the color you thought you saw is a different color. The size you think is yours.
Yeah.
This thing has to be adjusted. The quality you saw when the thing is hanged there is a different quality in the house. So she would end up having sets of clothes in the house and sets of shoes, loading the house, congesting the house with a lot of things that are not useful.
Yeah.
So analyze your expenses well, and you'll discover that you are putting a lot of money to waste. And try to especially in the area of saving, try to be hard a little bit with yourself. Jikalia mgumu we mwenyewe. Sawa? Yeah. Usijichune sikia useme hapana. Hata kama ni 50 bob, nataka kujua ilienda wapi. Have a meeting with yourself. Airtime. Yeah? If your 500 shillings airtime is enough for a month, why then should you spend 1,000 on that month? Discipline yourself to work within your means, within your limits. Okay. I think another thing that also people I discovered also people get carried away with, when you go to an ATM and you want to withdraw 4,000 shillings, or you want to withdraw 4,500, most people withdraw 5,000. True or false? Do you have that problem? Yeah. Can we pray for you? Yeah. I used to have it. So when the money I need to withdraw 6,500, I find myself withdrawing either 7,000 or 8 or 10,000. Make the figure a little bit manageable. Isikusumbue sana. I want to pay 8,000 somewhere. ATM the guys who designed ATM were very clever. They made sure that the figures there are in is a 5,000, I think 10,000, but I think nowadays wameongeza. I think it's a 6,000. But what I mean to say is, if you need to pay 4,300 somewhere, why are you withdrawing 5,000? You withdraw that 5,000, that 700, you won't account for it. Utatafuta mali ilienda utakosa. But if you withdraw 4,000, because I think the ATM allows you to do 4,300, right? Withdraw 4,300, you send, you're paying something, you pay that thing, finish up with that business. The day you need the 700, utarudi tena withdraw. Otherwise, you'll be finding you are having some extra monies above your budget, which you cannot account for.
Okay. Yeah. So the next question is about investment, and I think I would like for you to answer these two at the same time, because somebody is saying they want to invest in business, but they don't know how to start, or the idea the business they should actually invest in.
Yeah.
And another one is asking how to narrow down when they have so many ideas.
Yeah. Listeners, where do you start? Right, that's normally quite not an easy one. It's a difficult one to answer, but I think I would start by asking, what's your passion? Yeah. What's a passion? Because business is not just business, but business is about passion. If you get into a business because everybody else is getting into it, then you are likely to make a mistake. But what am I passionate about? Like, for example, to give an example, I could be passionate with the fashion, with clothes. So I start developing my interest once, a business of selling clothes. I know I've got very good taste of clothes. When I go to a shop, I can select some very nice clothes. I know the fashions, all those things, the trends. So if your interest is in fashion, then you can start thinking, how do I put now an investment in the clothes? If you're passionate about like trading, like you want to do a small shop, but you're so passionate about a trading business, then you can go into it. I think what you need to ask yourself is really, what is my passion? What drives me into this thing? That is number one. Number two, you can also look at your training. Yeah. Like my brother is talking about generators. He's talking about generators, right? You're selling generators. Yes. So after some time of selling generators, you discover you know so much about the generators, and you've got already customers around yourself. So you could start asking yourself, what other thing related to a generator can I be doing on the side? I think I forgot to mention, and was sharing with you later, that the three levels of creating wealth. The primary level is employment, right? That is the most basic one. Maliza shule, tafuta kazi. And unfortunately, that's how we were oriented. That's our training education system conditions them to be. Even they produce songs for us, telling us, so many vijana, baada ya masomo, utapata kazi nzuri sana. That song, it was so strategic. They used to bring it in not even, I think it was Voice of Kenya. Sorry, I'm not very ancient, so but there was something called Voice of Kenya before KBC.
Yeah.
When you're preparing to go to school, 6 a.m. in the morning, they would bring that song. I think there was an agenda. There was an agenda to sort of indoctrinate us to think that the only reason that you go to school is to get employment.
Yeah.
So when everybody goes to school, your aim is, I need to go to school, pass very well, pass the high school, the university, the college, get an employment, which is not a bad thing, because 90% of us really, that is the route we will take. So that is the primary thing. Go to school, learn, get a job in your career. The second one is go to school, learn, then get the skills, but you feel, no, I am not going for employment. I think I can do it on my own. Get into something you're passionate about, into business. The third one is combine the two. I think this is the one I like most. Combine the two. Go to school, get your career, get the job, start earning your salary, but also have another revenue stream on something they call side hustle. I've been trying to get a name to replace a hustle, but I seem not to be getting one. So it's something like you're doing on the side. It may be related to your job, or it may be something different, but you are passionate about. I'll give you for example, currently people are earning a lot of money through online writings. Anybody into online writings here? Anybody is doing you're doing, oh yeah. You need to talk to her. There is a massive opportunity in online writing. But she could be, what's your primary training? Are you a teacher?
No.
Yeah.
I studied drama and theater.
Yeah.
Performing
She's
artist.
drama and theater, but it's also into online writing.
Yeah.
But also, you may have studied. You may have been studied as an English teacher. You can do those English things, poetry and all those things. So during 8 to 5, you're in school. You're teaching kids. But after 5 or during your free time, you are doing the online writings. There is a serious money that is coming through online writings. I've got a friend working for Absa Bank, and he was telling me there's a lady who has been depositing every month. She's depositing amounts worth like 4 million coming to her account on monthly basis. And it's a very young lady, fresh from a university, but money is coming until they started investigating her. So I think it was money laundering. But actually it was not. This lady is into online writing, projects for university students in the US, people doing projects. Please investigate. That's why I say this platform of the air, the realm of the air, with your bundles. This is a Safaricom. Don't waste on WhatsApp, sawa, and the chats and the comments on Facebook. Try to Google some of these things. Yeah, sharpen your skill. Go to the internet and find, how do I get into online writing? Try to find who does online writing. You are lucky she's one of us here. Maybe you can also take it a little bit further. But I'm telling you, there is serious money currently on online writing. Something else I haven't got into it, but also cryptocurrency. Again, I'm not expert in finance. Is somebody into that? You're in cryptocurrency. I think I'll sit with you. I need to understand it, but it's something I'm beginning to get interested in, and I've seen my friends go into it and they're not coming back. So it means it's a nice thing. Because when somebody goes and leaves employment, goes into it, and is not coming back, it's a nice thing. So again, those are some of the opportunities. So the realm of the air has got serious opportunities we can exploit. Yeah.
Okay, so I would like us to go back to the question of ministry.
Yeah.
And I would like also for you to combine these two. Okay, somebody wants to know how they can balance between the marketplace and ministry.
Yeah.
And also what are the practical ways of evangelizing in their workplace. Yes.
Yes, marketplace and ministry. What I want you to understand is really, marketplace is a full-time ministry. Okay, people think that ministry is at the church, at the pulpit, and preaching. No. Marketplace is also a full-time ministry. And how do we evangelize at the marketplace? Some of us, the first thing they would think is to call your colleagues or your workmates into the boardroom. Then unatoa Biblia. Unasema funga ile mrango. Lazima mwokoke leo. Yeah. By fire, by force. It may work. It may also not work. One of the easiest ways to evangelize at workplace is through your character, through your behavior. Let people look at you and see Christ. Okay? There's a way you talk even before you get to tell people you're born again. They've already concluded. When you finish talking, they ask you, by the way, are you born again? So there's the way you talk, the way you conduct yourself. This is a level of insight and wisdom and revelation that you use, like when you go for those meetings in the boardroom. So your behavior is a priority to witness at workplace. But if your behavior is in the contrary, it doesn't matter how many scriptures you are quoting these people every day, how many prayers you lead when there's a staff meeting. But if you're behaving the opposite, I'm telling you, nobody will want to be identified with you. I had a colleague who was, she at workplace, she's born again, but at workplace, she's a different animal altogether. So on Monday morning, when we report to the office, the first hour of the morning, 8 to 9, when everybody is settled in the office, all those open offices, sometimes you can hear what people are saying. So this lady will be spending like the first 1 hour every Monday morning gossiping about members of the church. Hey, did you see Pastor so-and-so? Did you see so-and-so? Did you a lot of motion for the first 1 hour on phone? And this is a seriously born-again Christian. Number one, she's stealing employers' time, gossiping for 1 hour, 8 to 9 every morning. So that's already a sin. Yeah. Number two, her character really and Christianity could not be matched. So the first step is let people observe you, become a witness unto Christ. The Bible says that when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you become a witness unto Christ. Not a witness to Christ, a witness unto Christ. You yourself, your life is a witness that Christ lives in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is the last question we are going to take.
Yeah.
So this person has taken us back to the savings, and they want to know. So they have three options. There's a SACCO, there's a bank, and there's an insurance. So they want to know which is the best place for you to put your money if you want your money to work for you.
Yeah, the SACCO.
There's SACCOs, banks, and insurance. Yes.
Insurance, you mean what, the policies or something?
Yeah, I think that's what they meant.
I think if you're looking at putting your money somewhere to earn interest, I'll discount all of them and send you to the insurance, but tell you, do not go for the policy thing, but go for the money market. Most of the insurance, they've got a money market arm of investment. All these big insurance, but also look at the insurance company. You need to go to the reputable, stable ones, not these zile zinalianza jana and you don't even know the future. Go to the tier 1 ones. Yeah. Tushirikiane. Sasa insurance shirikiane is only known here in Kasarani. You really don't want to risk your money there.
Yeah.
But I'm not marketing for them, but personally invest with ICA Lion. It's a very stable, very strong insurance company. I invest with the ICIC. Is it ICIC? CIC. CIC, very strong, very stable. Britam also, quite a stable one. But again, please also take time, sit with somebody to educate you so that you don't make a mistake, and a calculated mistake. So I would think instead of going into, if you're looking at something to earn you some interest, then a money market would be the place to go. A SACCO is good in the sense that after you make your savings and you needed to have a loan after, say, a year or so, your shares guarantee you. So when you go to a bank, they might ask for your pay slips and all those things and collateral, maybe title deed, but a SACCO, your shares will guarantee you. So if you save, say, $1 million, and you want, most SACCOs will allow you 4 times or 3 times. So you can borrow a loan of 3 million or 4 million. And also the payments are on a reducing balance. So every month you pay, your interest reduces. So you are, in the event also you are not able to pay again, your shares will guarantee you. Yeah.
Wow, I think I'm realizing that this is a very, very wide topic and questions are many that you cannot exhaust. But I would love for you, maybe as a parting shot, through your many years of experience, what is the one lesson that you'd give somebody that is just leaving school, they've just graduated? What is the one lesson you'd give them that you think would really help them start this journey? Yeah.
Good. But the first thing, I'll go back to Genesis. First, Genesis is always the first, right? When God created man and put him in the garden, His first assignment was to work. One was told to work and take care of the garden. Work should be your priority. When you step out of college, out of university, and out there looking for something to do, please get something to do. Do not be lazy. Do not sit in the house. Most of us think work is only the formal employment. I will surprise you. There are so many things that you can do, and they're not formal, and they can earn you money as a way to get for that job. Let me give you a very quick example. I used to live somewhere here, Sportsview Estate, here at Kasarani. Inside the estate, that estate used to be very dusty. You park your car at night. When you wake up in the morning, the dust that is on that vehicle, and you're going to work, the first thing you do before you go to the office is pass through a car wash first. So there was a young man, I think he had finished college, one of the neighborhood. He realized that these cars are getting dusty every other evening. So what he used to do, he didn't even tell us. You would wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Then you'd go each and every car parked outside, washing them. Come with water, wash that car. You won't even care to know who is the owner. So he washes the car. Of course, when he washes your car today, tomorrow you'd want to find out who washed my car. Then the young man will show up now in the evening. He says, by the way, I'm the one who washed your car last night. Whatever you'd want to pay me, I would appreciate. So really, as a human being, that kind of a young man, you can't take advantage of him. So some people would give him, of course, the 200 shillings as a normal car wash. Others would be so excited, they give him 500. So this young man, before he got a job, 5 in the morning before people wake up, he's already made his, probably he has made close to 5,000. Yeah. He's washed like 20 cars in the compound. Of course, later on he got a job and they left the estate. But you see, he saw an opportunity. He created that opportunity from nowhere. Somebody else would have waited to aitwa ya kuja ambia nioshei gari. But he saw an opportunity. He did not even bother whether they pay me or not pay me. He's staying with his brother. He went to his house, brother's house, got water into a bucket, got some soap, came and washed all the cars in the compound. And he earned his money like that. And he did that for a couple of months before he got an employment. So identify something to do. Please do not sit in the house. Do not be lazy. If you are in the house and you've got probably got your laptop and your bundles and you have the internet, try to investigate some of these emerging opportunities. Like if you talk about online writing, look at volunteering. Yeah, but where can I volunteer? You can come to Pastor Kim and say, by the way, before I get my employment, what can I do? Probably you can be arranging some stuff here before the meeting starts. Yeah, get something to do. Don't sit in the house waiting for that job to come. Of course, also make an effort to make the job come with a lot of applications and everything. Just to give my personal example, when I finished college, I told you I finished college, then I got some job for teaching. But unfortunately, I didn't give you the whole story. I was fired because I'm not a teacher. So the kids were saying they're not understanding. They failed terribly at the end of the term. So I was fired in term 2. So you can be fired and you're born again. Sini ukweli. Because I was doing the wrong thing. The wrong thing at the wrong time. I'm not a teacher, so why am I struggling to teach these things? So when I got fired, I got some skills on to teach. One of the holidays, August holiday, when we were in college, there's something we used to do with some brethren. We over the holidays, we used to arrange some tuitions for Form 4 students. And we do it in a very simple way, without any cost. The cost was only our time, and probably a few shillings here and there for printing some things to advertise you're having some tuition. So what we used to do, we are at JKUAT, we'd go to, like, for example, Thika. We identify a church in Thika. I would come to a church like here, tell Kim, Pastor Kim, we are from JKUAT, and we are asking if you can lend us a room to do some holiday tuition. Every pastor was very receptive. we worked a lot, especially I think with Deliverance Church, because they had some classes. So we talk to, we are a team of, I think we are 6 of us, 6 brethren, 6 brothers. So we went to Thika, we found a pastor there, we talked to him, he gave us a room. We went to Ruiro town, we found a pastor there, he gave us, I think the Rai, we had, I think, 5 centers of doing some tuitions. Then we printed some posters and we went into the houses, door-to-door witnessing. How many people have done door-to-door witnessing? It was a skill. We discovered kumbe hii kitu si ya kuokokesha tu. Hata hii kitu unaitumia kutafuta kazi. So with the same skill of witnessing door to door, we used the same approach. We went to, you go to an apartment. Chini ya mlango tu unaenda ukirusha hiyo karatasi. Zingine unapatia soja hapo. We were amazed. Kumbe people are looking for these things. The day we announced we are beginning the tuitions, students came. Because these are Form 4 student sitting in the house and the parents are wondering what to do with her. She's not doing very well in maths and there's an opportunity. Some guys, and they're looking credible. They're offering a tuition at the church, especially if you do it inside the church. You got all the credibility and all the blessing. So the students came. In every center, at least we had between 6 to 7 students. And we would do that over the holidays and earn our money instead of kwenda kulala huko Meru over the holiday. Yeah. So out of that experience, when I got fired from this place, I now went back Deliverance Church Ruiro. I reminded the pastor, we are the boys who used to come do tuition here, and I've got this August holiday, and I'm free. Please, could you help me with one of your rooms? He gladly opened the door for me. Same strategy. You print one poster and you photocopy. With 20 shillings, you've got a lot of posters. Unaenda huko town Nyamakema where photocopying is very cheap. Then throw them under the doors of people. Then Sunday unatembelea hiyo kanisa, unatoa ushuhuda. Naambia pastor nataka kutoa ushuhuda. Then nisalimie kanisa. After ushuhuda unasema, I will be conducting tuitions here from tomorrow.
Yeah.
The pastor gets excited and also encourages people to register if they're interested. And they came. So the whole of the August already, I made some money. I used it for now looking for other opportunities. So I think the long and short of it is, do not sleep in the house. Do not sit down and get depressed. There is so much you can do. If even if it's not earning income, I'm telling you, there's something you learn. If it's a voluntary thing, God will see this and you'll remember. You'll accelerate your destiny when you're doing something rather than sitting down and waiting. But above, of course, also pray and trust and believe in God.
Wow, thank you so much. Aren't you guys happy? I feel like we should just stay here the whole night and talk about money, but we have to go home and prepare for tomorrow. So thank you so much for coming. Clap for yourselves. Yes, and also I would love for us to appreciate the leadership and the people who made this possible, the media team, the youth, the church leadership. Thank you so much. We are so grateful and we hope that you are going to have many more of this. And finally, let's just appreciate God for even allowing us to be here. Okay, so I think that's it for now. I don't know, Pastor James, do you have something you'd like to say? Okay, so we're just going to sign off and then, go home and get ready and digest what we have learned. Don't go and put your notes na hapo kwa corner, by the way. Go and research further. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You can stand up. Good. So mtawasha lights. Watu wote mlikuwa wapi asubuhi? Umetokezea na giza ama mlikuwa kazi? Thank God for you. Let's appreciate our lead panelist and guest today, Mr. Rokaria. You're privileged to host a CEO, managing billions.